Man and Machine is brought to you by Highflex Mobile Hose Service, Shannons Insurance for Motoring Enthusiasts, and the following sponsors.
Yeah, baby!
It's unbelievable.
That's what I'm talking about. Welcome back to Man and Machine. This episode we've got some serious firepower and a great mix of cars, so join me and enjoy the ride.
Dave Guilfoyle, a man that lives and breathes cars and does nothing by halves.
Dave, thanks so much for having us here in your garage. It looks like you're very passionate about cars. Where did it all begin for you?
With my father and cousin, family, stuff like that had cars when I was younger, Monaros, Tiranas, GTs. Everyone sort of in my family was into the modified cars, and I think it's in my blood.
And you build your own cars, I see.
Yeah, it's just something that I've picked up on and always wanted to play with my own cars, and modify.
And you're a bit of a one-stop shop. You're not afraid to do just about anything.
Chassis stuff, mini tubs, paintwork, panel, anything really, bring it on.
The other thing I've noticed too is your attention for detail is outstanding, if I may say so.
Yeah, a lot of people say I've got a bit of a problem with, the way I like to have the car, but I like it to be right.
I really respect to see a build on a vehicle where everything is just absolutely perfect. When I look at the cars that you've, created, I see that.
Yeah, I try to concentrate, even though it's a small thing, it doesn't matter if it's under the car. I try and concentrate on, that people, if you take it to an event or a show, they're going to be looking at that one thing. So I try to make everything flow and blend in right,
Bit of a standout for me, Dave, the HT Monaro. Looks as tough as hell. Tell us about that car.
Yeah, that's a tough car, that one. A mate of mine, Lawrence, has owned that car for about 20 years now. It was only in the last couple of years that we pulled the car down and done a bit of a major resto on it, fixed up all the panel and paint, smoothed the bay out. It's got a 406 Chev in it, alloy headed, glide, 4.5 converter, 9-inch and some gears in it, it's a tough cruiser, that one.
They're as rare as hen's teeth now, the early Monaros, aren't they?
Definitely so.
Big dollars even for a down car that needs restoration. It makes me want to cry. Probably never own one. That car too, it just sounds tough. The moment I heard it start up, it got the heart racing.
Yeah, she's got a banger engine in that one too, like solid cammed and everything, so yeah, it pulls the heads, that one.
What sort of horsepower is it making?
That one made about 430 at the rear wheel, so it's a good performer. He's raced it once, went 1140, so that's the first time he's ever raced a car or anything like that. He's more sort of just into cruising it and that, but we got him out on the track once and he had a crack. It was good.
Very, very tough. There's nothing like a bit of Aussie, old school muscle with a banger power plant and all the gear running the numbers.
Oh yeah, it's cool. And a car that you can sort of just drive anywhere in too, And the colour combo it makes it, the old green with the gold stripe on it. It's era correct,
Looks the part. The XWGT replica in spectacular silver fox with the orange stripe. What a car.
Oh, definitely, mate. That's a tough Ford, that one. I'm not really much of a Ford man, but sorry the Ford guys out there, but that one is a tough Ford. I like a tough one.
Tell us about the power plant.
It's got a 440 cube dart block in it, alloy headed. It makes 780 or something, naturally aspirated, a bit over 1,000 with a spray of gas. So it's turbo 400, 4.5 converter. It's got a 9-inch in that in it, all the usual stuff, alloy case and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's a tough car.
Those big cube Windsors have really got it happening, haven't they? There's so many parts available for them.
For sure. In the States now, the stuff that you can get for them cars is just unbelievable.
But that sort of horsepower naturally aspirated is insane power and still drivable.
Yeah, I had to actually drive it when we had it on the dyno, and the car's just insane on the street. It's just too much for him, and he hasn't raced a car before, so it's definitely going to be an eye-opener for him, I reckon.
you would have to think it'd be a 9-second car if it hooks up. And doesn't it look the part? That silver fox has really got it happening, hasn't it?
That colour combo is just, it's killer. It stands out too, doesn't it?
The wheels, the whole package, I just love it.
Definitely.
Now that I know it's got that power plant in it, I love it even more. Now, the HJ Kingswood, that's a really tidy looking car. You could almost say it's a little bit of a sleeper in a way, but I believe it might be a bit more than that.
Yeah, I think it has got it surprises a few people, that one. That's why that one's actually a one-owner car that a mate of mine, Brad, owns. His grandpa had it since new. The car's always been looked after. We've done a bit of a resto on it about 4 years ago. He's just starting to get to enjoy the car now. It's 308 V headed, turbo 700 with a stall, power steering, air conditioning. He's got stereo. He likes the car with everything, that guy, I'll tell you, and it is a tough cruiser.
Isn't it great to see that he's kept the car in the family?
Oh yeah, and to watch his family's reaction on the car now that it's finished, it's great, like he gets it out there every time he can, it's a good car, that one.
I'm sure there'll be people who say, oh, maybe you should have left it stock, maybe you should do this, should do that, but I love to see the fact that it's been kept very tidy, and it's been modified to his liking, and the car's probably going to stay in the family forever.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
a great
I don't
thing,
reckon
isn't it?
he'll ever get rid of that one.
Wow, that thing is one very, very angry VL.
Highflex Mobile Hose Service, your complete hose breakdown and on-site service partner. Highflex Mobile Hose Service offers a complete range of quality guaranteed hydraulic and industrial hose and fittings products. We also specialise in preventative maintenance programs such as on-site hose condition auditing, testing and compliance. With our national fleet of qualified technicians, you can rely on Highflex Mobile Hose Service's rapid response to all of your needs. Call 1300 Highflex, 24 hours, 7 days a week. Do you have a hydraulic background? Come and join the dynamic Highflex team. Check out opportunities at www.highflex.com.au.
We've always had a few cars. They're all special. The T-Bird.
Oh, that's mine.
The Combi for when we want to get away. The XR8.
It's going to be a classic.
They're all insured with Shannons,
We've also got Shannons Home and Contents cover.
which helps protect our automotive collectibles, tools and memorabilia in the home and garage. If you're motoring enthusiasts like us, it's got to be
Shannons.
Shannons, insurance for motoring enthusiasts. Call 13 46 46 for a quote.
And be sure to head to Shannons Club to see past episodes of Man and Machine and much more.
So there's a bit of a passion in your family for high performance, obviously. And your brother Shane, he's got a pretty special VNSS too, I see.
Yeah, that's a bit of a different car, that one, like a late model car with some tubs and carby fed motor, and yeah, she's a bit of a banger, and it's got a 355, some solid cam, manualised turbo 700. Yeah, and Borg-Warner diff, 4.1s. That's a tough cruiser, that one too, yeah.
We all have our small block Chevys and our Windsors and Clevos and all that, but it is great to see the Aussie V8, that Holden engine, being utilised and making some good power too, isn't it?
For sure, mate. I love the Holden motors, like they work good. When you've got a good combo, they're a good engine.
Also, the wheels on the car look absolutely spectacular.
Yeah,
They Simmons?
Yeah, they are. They're the FR19s. Yeah, they've got 19x10 on the back. It's definitely sits right, that car, and it's got the right stance. It pulls the head, that one too, so definitely a good, nice car.
Aussie wheels on an Aussie car. And you don't see that many VNs out circulating around in the local cruise or car scene these days.
There used to be a lot of them getting around, but now they're they've gone a bit quiet on them, which is good because, you get to use this one and people actually really admire it a bit, so it's good.
I love it when I saw it first up and the big wheels and the reverse cowl hood scoop and all the gear, it just looked the part. It looked unbelievable.
It's got a little bit of nitrous on that one too, so he's raced it a few times at NA form, so it'd be good to get him out there with the gas on it soon and get him into the 10s.
Awesome. I remember when the VNSS first came out, when I had the shop. First time I ever drove one, I was horrified. Because you've got to remember before that there was nothing like that engine.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing one out at the track, a guy dropped the rear muffler on it and ran a high 14-second quarter mile. Yeah. And at that point in time, that was a fast car, wasn't it?
Sure.
We'd come from our early carb-fed Commodores, and they were a fairly brisk thing, but these things were in another league.
The injected thing was just like, this is a big thing,
You stand on it, the thing just wanted to shred the tyres. On the drag strip, of course.
Yeah.
Something extremely unique, the F-Truck. Tell us about that machine.
That's a 1964 Ford F-Truck, HQ chassis. It's got an injected 5-litre motor in it. It's got turbo 700, 22-inch wheels, full airbag, that one's a cool cruiser. That definitely, it's got a mild engine in it, set of heads and a camshaft, but it's on the way to upgrade to a supercharger at the moment, so that's in the works. So it'll be a bit of a cool cruiser, that one too, yeah.
It's great to see something different, and I love the satin style paint. It just stands out. It's good to see something a little bit different out.
Yeah, that's why Jamie built that car. It's just, it's something different to everyone else's one, you know, like, and having the Holden running gear and that in it sort of confuses a few people. And he's put a custom like intake and that on it as well that sort of looks a little bit different.
And the airbags are insane. The thing sits on the deck. It looks amazing.
And he drives it a lot like that too, just on the ground, and it's just, the looks that car gets is just unbelievable.
The VL Calais, that's one of your babies, isn't it?
I've had that car for about 20 years, so I've had it before I got with Jodes, and yeah, she's been through some changes, that car, over the years. At the moment, it's got a alloy-headed 402 cubic inch Holden, so that one made about 610 on the engine dyno, so we've changed a few things on it since then, but it's got a full manualised transbrake glide, 6 grand converter, fabricated 9-inch coilovers, some mini tubs in that one too. It's caged. Yeah, that's gone a best of 10.0 with the old setup at 137. So I've just got the car Androtech, so I'm looking to get back out there as soon as possible and see how it goes now with the new changes. So hoping it'll definitely dip into the 9s now.
Jeez,
yeah.
that mile an hour, that is strong. That thing is definitely making every bit of that
I
power.
had the mile an hour before, but the car wasn't working. So now we've changed a lot of stuff in the back of the car and the front, so it's definitely hooking now. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes, yeah.
Amazing. Now, there's going to be a lot of other people asking this same question, and maybe I'm a little bit behind the times here. I've been out of the shop for a little while, but 402 cube Holden engine?
Yeah, that's one of the Come Racing kits. It's 396 kit. A lot of work goes into the block too. That's actually a Group A4 block in that one too, so it's a pretty rare block that we sort of messed around with in the beginning, but you know, it is what it is, and the car, it performs good now, so I'm just itching to get out there.
It should make a world of torque too with that cube.
Yeah. I think it made about 540 foot-pounds of torque, so it's
wow.
You know, definitely up there as well, yeah.
What's it turned to RPM-wise?
We'll turn that one to about 7,500.
Wow, that thing is one very, very angry VL.
Yeah.
The jewel in the crown, Dave. Your HQ two-door. Tough as hell.
Oh, definitely, mate, definitely.
Damn, there's just no room under here.
There's no need to do this anymore when you can buy a Tough Lift hoist starting from only $26.50. With over 20 models in their range, including 2-post, 4-post, scissor lift, motorcycle and truck. They're great for storage too. All Tough Lift hoists have Australian standard certification and WorkSafe design registration. With an impressive warranty, in-house technical support and installation options Australia-wide, what are you waiting for? Check out toughlift.com.au.
I love my Tough Lift.
At a moment like this, you don't get a second chance to put on the right wiper blade assemblies. So always choose Trico, the wipers that come through right when you need it most. Trico wiper blades are precision engineered to perform on your vehicle so you can drive with confidence. Trico, seeing you through.
You're a very lucky man because your fiancée Jodie, I believe she's also into cars.
Yeah, she is, yeah. She's got a bit of an addiction with it too, yeah. The racing and that. The more the racing side, she loves getting out on the track and having a crack.
Jodie, you two are the dynamic duo. You're both flat out into cars. Where did it all start for you?
So for myself, it started at a very young age, going up to Mortlake, out country Victoria, where my grandfather lived, on school holidays, and yeah, just hanging out in the garage with him, helping him pass tools and get under the car and getting greasy. Not that my nana really appreciated it, but yeah, that's where it all started for me.
So for Dave, that would have been a dream come true. He didn't have to convert you. You were already converted.
Yeah, and it was so nice to actually meet someone who, you know, actually let me have the passion that I feel for cars and let me get out there and enjoy it as much as I do.
In what can be generally seen as a male-dominated scene or sport, it's great to see the women out there giving the guys heaps and doing it well too.
Yeah, there are quite a lot of women out in the motorsport industry now. You can't put it past a female to definitely put their all to what they want to achieve. And I'm definitely one of them, so good on the girls.
In some ways, they even do it better.
Yeah, in some cases, you got that right.
Now tell us about your machine, this VH Commodore here. What an animal.
Yeah, so I've had the VH for roughly about 5 years now. It has been and gone a couple of times, but she always comes back to her home. She's just a standard small hydraulic 355. It's got a manualised Trimatic in it, 9-inch, 4 ones, 31 spline axles. Yeah, it's just really set up for me to go out on the track and have some fun, basically.
So it's a stout drivetrain and it's a small hydraulic
yeah,
holding combination?
Just a small baby hydraulic cam in there.
What sort of power is it making?
350 rear wheel horsepower.
Geez, that'd be a good 450 plus at the flywheel. That's not hanging about.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
What sort of numbers does it run at the track?
So recently I took it out on Melbourne Cup Day to Calder Park, and it's done its best time of 11.402 at 119 miles per hour.
Gee, that's
so
a great
yeah, I was
thing.
pretty stoked that day, getting my PB and the car getting its PB as well.
So the car's running the numbers and the mile per hour is great, and
Yeah.
the car's working very well, and you're driving it extremely well by the sound of it. I don't think you'd squeeze an ounce more out of it.
No, well I'm hoping that it's going to hit just above the 11.4 and get into the 11.3s without hitting it with a little bit of nitrous. So that's the plan, to get out there and get that 3. And then once that happens, I'm actually going to put some nitrous oxide on there and yeah, see what it pulls.
It's such a great thing, the gas. I remember when I started working with nitrous, the first time I saw it on the dyno, I hit the button. It was an LS1 based engine and it was just like the whole world erupted. You know, it was just the angriest thing I've ever seen. The dyno graph and the torque curve just went through the roof. Yep. It was amazing, almost frightening in a way, but it's such a great way to run the numbers out there at the track. You can pull seconds off your ET.
Yeah, it sure is. Look, I've never driven with the gas before. I've watched Dave a couple of times in the VL Calais, and I'm pretty excited to feel that adrenaline running through me with the, you know, just that force of the nitrous running through that motor.
And I notice you're into the cowl hood scoops as well.
Yeah, most definitely. Definitely love having them. Especially it also gives a little bit more airflow for the engine.
I've noticed too, I've seen some images of you out at the track with the wheels off the deck in this car. It launches, doesn't it?
Yeah, it sure does. Likes to pop the wheel a bit. Make sure that, you know, you obviously get the right launch from the line. It will pop it.
It's all about the 60 foot,
It's
isn't it?
all about the 60 foot, you got that right. you get a good 60 foot and you know you're going to get a good time down the end of the track.
The jewel in the crown, Dave. Your HQ two-door.
That one's a factory HQ GTS coupe. It's a factory colours, that one too. One of from what we've heard, is one of 10. So it is a bit of a rare combo. It's got a 502 cube Chev in it, big block, alloy headed, 671 blower. It's got injection head and that on it. It's pump fuel, power glide transmission, 4-grand converter, mini tubbed. Yeah, 9-inch, all the basic go fast bits, all the tubular arms and that in the rear end, houndstooth interior. Yeah, it's just something that I've always dreamed about doing, was doing a HQ coupe, and yeah, it's finally finished, mate.
It's so hard to go past a HQ two-door for the appearance and the body style. It's got to be one of the best things we've ever seen come out of Australia.
The quarter panels on them cars, mate, I love them. I love them always. From being a kid, it's just a car that's stuck to me.
Tough as hell.
Oh, definitely, mate, definitely.
I'm very envious of you. It was a big build too. I've been following the build process online and it was huge.
Yeah, it's sort of been going on for about 5 years now. The car, I was going to sell it and then I'd get stuck back into it a bit again, but it's just one of the things I couldn't sell it, you know, like I love the car too much and it's like the VL now to me. It'll never go anywhere, you know, like it's a killer car for me, that one, and it's just a dream that's come true.
So what was the car like when you first started before the resto?
It was just like an old school sort of build, you know, average, you know, like I had a nice Chev in it, old school velour interior, you know, the colour wasn't right. I wanted to bring it back to how it should have been, you know, like, and my plan was in the beginning to have an original GTS, but the motor come along and it's just something that, yeah, I couldn't turn down.
You went berserk.
Yeah, and it all snowballed from there. That's when I went mini tubs and stuff, but sort of a few people said I shouldn't have done that to a GTS Monaro, but mate, that's my car. I thought I want to be happy, and that's it.
Look, we all love to see the factory concourse restored, you know, cars, showroom condition, all the rest of it, but it's just so damn good to see an old school Aussie street machine build, because that's what I call this. You They're coming from that street machine period of the 80s, like you just mentioned before, with the velour trim and what have we. We've seen all that before, but to see a 2015 version of that sort of style of build, it's great to see that you've actually had the balls to go out there and do that to such a car, and I take my hat off to you, because it is a dream come true for you, and I'm envious. I know the car's only recently been finished and you've been sorting the bugs and just started doing a bit of driving in it, but what's it feel like to have that blower?
I like it, the whine of the blower, the attraction, that people attract to that car, like when I'm driving it down the road, and it's a good feeling, to finally get a bit of respect for the car that I've built,
And performance-wise, when you put the foot down, how does it feel?
Oh, insane, mate. It's insane. Like, I've always had tough NA engines and stuff like that, and nitrous motors, but this blown one, the torque, that's, it spins me out a bit, to tell you the truth.
So you're not about to pull it out in a hurry?
No. I reckon it'll be staying in there for a while, that one, mate.
You converted to blown?
Yeah, definitely.
The factory colour combo with the white stripes looks absolutely spectacular, even in today's era, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit of a standout colour, the colour now. Like, I reckon back in the days, not many people liked the purples and stuff like that, but now I reckon the old colours, they're coming back.
It's amazing, and to see that you've kept it in that original format, it's a credit to you, and it's worked.
Yeah, I'm happy with the overall look of the car, it's good.
I've always wanted a HQ GTS 350 manual, but I think I'll take this one instead.
I am driving this beast. 1971 HQ GTS Coupe.
Always wanted your very own muscle car or classic? Then Image Classic Cars is your solution. Where pride, knowledge, quality and service counts for the ultimate experience. From award-winning concourse restorations to full custom builds, muscle cars to classics of all makes and models, right-hand drive conversions, even Australia-wide enclosed pickup and delivery for your pride and joy. Also currently taking orders for the spectacular Image Classic Cars Eleanor Mustang, custom built to suit your personal requirements. Image Classic Cars. Live the dream. A tough car needs a tough oil, and that's when you need Gulf Western Oil. It's Australian-owned, developed and manufactured in their state-of-the-art production facility. So no matter what you drive, you can be assured you're in the right hands for all your lubrication needs. Gulf Western Oil, the tough Australian.
Yep, you better believe it, I am driving this beast. 1971 HQ GTS Coupe, packed full of 502 Chevy big block, a 671 blower, and electronic fuel injection. What an animal this thing is. Can't believe it, how lucky am I? This thing makes about 800 horsepower, and get this, it's on a soft tune. It runs about 7.5 to 1 compression, which is quite low. It's running 9 pound of boost. This thing will handle a heap more boost and probably make well over 1,000 horsepower with its full-blown tune. The thing is absolutely unbelievable. You just walk on the throttle and it just accelerates like a gun. Unbelievable. You've got to be careful obviously on the street. I'd love to get this thing on the strip, but I can still feel that power underneath my foot. Absolutely amazing. Now, General Motors Holden had a huge task with the HQ Holden. The HQ series apparently was the biggest redesign since the 1948 215 Holden. It cost them an absolute fortune. The budget was so high that they said the model range may have to run up to 5 years before the next model was to come out. Well, it actually ran for 3 years, which was quite long for Holden. And this same body shape, especially in 4-door sedan format, actually lasted nearly a decade. So it was a massive deal and an awesome car. And I've got to say the HQ 2-door Monaro is possibly and arguably one of the best body styles to ever come out of Australia when it comes to muscle cars. I don't think too many out there would disagree. These things just ooze muscle, they feel tough, and they look tough. You know, this car for me is really all about old school street machine. Growing up in the 80s as a teenager, I'd buy just about every magazine known to man. And this would be the sort of car you'd see on the cover. There was plenty of people out there that said to Dave, "You're crazy. You're going to play around with a genuine GTS coupe. You're going to go non-original and turn it into a street machine." You know what he said? Yes, because that's what he wants to do. There's plenty of beautiful concourse restored factory cars out there, but this thing is unique. I'm sure you'll agree. You cruise down the street in this thing, blower whining, sitting on the deck. It's magnificent factory colour and striping. It is sure to turn heads. You know what I like about this car? You don't have to be driving it hard to enjoy it. It sounds like the world's going to end. You've got that blower whine. Unbelievable sound. You've never felt anything like it. I've driven a lot of cars with all types of forced induction, twin turbo, positive displacement superchargers all sitting under the bonnet, but this old school root style blower just sitting on the bonnet there, looking through that windscreen, nothing beats the feeling. I feel like Mad Max. What I can't believe about this car is how smooth it drives. It's got that big bad engine up front, but it drives like a factory car. It is absolutely beautiful. And that's what you get when you build a nut and bolt, absolutely spectacular resto. You're driving a brand new car that replicates exactly what it was like back in the early 70s. And I can assure you, it drives damn good. But at the end of the day, it's not the sort of car too many people are going to let you drive, so it's a huge privilege for me, and I'm so happy to be able to show all the viewers of Man and Machine this beast.
Next episode, we check out an old Chevy pickup truck that's gone from being paddock bound to sporting a major retro upgrade under its well-worn exterior. Then we take a look at two early Aussie Valiants, including a spectacular example of the model that became Australia's own first compact body V8. Man and Machine is brought to you by Highflex Mobile Hose Service, Shannons Insurance for Motoring Enthusiasts, and the following sponsors.